As a channel with a focus on brick-built horror and sci-fi, I just knew I had to explore what the newly released Haunted Mansion set has to offer. In short, if you like classic horror monsters, unique color palettes, and cute, spooky charm, this set is definitely for you. The box itself was heftier than I expected, featuring multiple depictions of each of the 3 builds that can be assembled using parts from this set. Right away, you can see the appeal for classic horror fans. In addition to a beautifully dilapidated mansion packed with fun details, this set provides instructions for classic horror archetypes like the ghost ship and the ghost train. This set also comes stocked with 5 unique minifigure portrayals of the most iconic monsters in horror lore and history, all of which we'll highlight in just a moment. To top it all off, we have a monster tree standing guard and a curious and adorable ghost peering out from one of the windows that actually has a kind of fun play feature included. Now, let's take a look at those minifigs. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein stands the test of time as a true horror classic, and this assembled minifigure is a true testament to the story's monster. And while we've seen quite a few versions of this monster, this particular Frankenstein monster has a unique face and head print that will no doubt stand the test of time, just like Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Next is my personal favorite fig of the set, the vampire. She is the only figure with a dual face print, and her vampire form is definitely the more charismatic of the sides. Now, we've seen some lady vampires before, but it is worth noting that this vampiress is composed entirely of unique pieces. Even her hairpiece has not been made available in black before, so there's an element of rarity there. On top of that, her awesome color scheme and dress definitely stand out in the set. Next, we have our absolutely shredded Wolfman. There have been plenty of LEGO Werewolves released, but none of them are as cut as this one, so take that as you will. This Wolfman has a pretty classic looking shredded flannel and blue jeans, and has a head mold and print that suit the figure perfectly. He is also one of the few figures that comes with an accessory, but don't get too excited, it's just a long bone. No Haunted Mansion is complete without a ghost. Similar to the classic iconic LEGO ghost, I have to say I was pleasantly surprised to find out that this ghost is unique to this set, noticeable due to the unique shape of its mouth. I've actually never owned a LEGO Ghost minifigure before, so I am very excited to have acquired this one. Whether this particular ghost design will ever be included in another set, I can't say, but it's nice that LEGO went the extra mile for some exclusivity here. Alright, so I didn't save the best for last here, but this Skelly is important. As you'll see, he wears many hats in this set. For the mansion, he seems to be some kind of undead gatekeeper who bears a lantern, but keep watching to see the other fun roles he plays. This set comes with 6 bags and a paper packet containing all 3 sets of instructions, all of which are pretty standard. I'm going to skip the speed build for the first bag, but I will showcase the builds, which are the monster tree, nicely decorated with twigs and branches, but an uninspiring back, as well as the mansion gate, which is simple, but a nice touch to the overall set. As I built this set, I was struck by the sheer quantity of sand green bricks. There are very few sets with this amount of sand green, particularly the sand green masonry bricks, which is incredibly appealing when paired with earthy browns, metallic gold, light gray, and black bricks. Another thing that struck me about the build is how thoughtfully it is put together in order to fold shut perfectly and compactly, which I'll demonstrate in a moment. Of course, as you build, you are drawn to the clever details such as the tilted tombstones, the pipe organ, and the wooden bars barring the windows. And I think the cutest element of this entire thing is the ghost of the house, who looks like a Pac-Man ghost literally in the process of saying boo. You can turn a knob that rotates the ghost from a jewel on a stand in front of one of the windows. It's a snug fit, but a fun element that I'll demonstrate more in just a second. I think the set looks best while open, but I was surprised by the look it takes when it is enclosed. From one side it looks like a small 2-story home, and from the other side it almost resembles an old broken down church. The tiny graveyard next to the mansion definitely amplifies that feeling. And while there's definitely something satisfying about an enclosed LEGO building, cracking the building open reveals the true personality inside the tattered walls. There's not a lot of floor space in this mansion, but every square inch is put to use. The ghost is snugly tucked away next to a dresser, and here you can see just how effectively space is used with the play function. Look at this curious little guy. The other play feature is subtle but satisfying. You can turn a knob to imitate the pendulum of the grandfather clock in motion, which fills this small space in a way that is fun and aesthetically pleasing. There are 2 really spectacular printed 2x2 tiles with this set. The first is the vampiress herself. The second is a painting of the house, which gives strong Welcome to Dead House vibes. It is eerie and artsy and a really cool signature piece to the set. If we look to the room above the doorway, we find a candlelit old-school pipe organ that you can almost hear playing eerie Transylvanian tunes. A great touch that you can even see through the front middle windows. The last interior detail of note is the table holding both a pirate hat and a train conductor's hat. In summary, I think there is a lot of classic horror nostalgia packed into this set. It is really a perfect tribute to the cinema horror canon that brings its own unique character, color, and charm to the table. It's a house I would never want to visit myself, but the miniature version is really the perfect Halloween display for fans and lovers of LEGO and classic horror. So how about the other build potentials? The ghost ship was surprisingly well designed, particularly the way the ship demonstrates torn, ragged sails using the gate doors. The ship comes fully equipped with cannons, an anchor, and of course, the plank. The pipes from the organ are mounted by the helm, complete with eerie candle lighting. As expected, our classic Skelly makes his signature appearance in a more decorative position, complete with the pirate hat from the mansion. I can't help but wonder what the process of designing these 3-in-1 sets is, but I'm sure it must be both fun and challenging for the responsible designers. My hat's off to them, because all 3 of these builds are great. Next up is the Ghost Train, which features Skelly as the enthusiastic conductor. I, like everyone else, loved trains as a kid, so I saved this build for last. The train is suspended by transparent 2x2 circle bricks, which I imagine implies that the train is floating in midair, a great spooky touch. The sand green color works surprisingly well with this train, and the pipes, wheels, and smokestacks really bring the build to life. The set includes a little train stop, which is really a simple build, but works perfectly to accent the train model itself and gives our other figs somewhere to hang out. It wasn't an easy choice, but I think that the train is my second favorite of the 3 builds, with the mansion being my top favorite. Something about trains just captures my imagination, I guess. That being said, all 3 of these models were fun to build, and I'm excited to own this set for its aesthetic, classic, and collectible value. Thanks for watching. If you like LEGO horror and sci-fi, consider subscribing to my channel to support my other major projects, including massive stop-motion feature films like our Void War sequel currently in the works. And as always, your likes and comments are deeply appreciated. Thanks for watching, and happy building!